This is a Bears town. We worship great defense. We appreciate frigid temperatures when our 11 are battling their 11 on the lakefront in January. We love a helmet with a chunk of fresh turf lodged in it. This is a Bears town. And we are the new home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago.
COPD is cigarette smoke, but anyone can get COPD. Despite being the third leading cause of death worldwide, millions of people have COPD symptoms but still go undiagnosed. Wisdom might come with aging, but symptoms like shortness of breath, tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing shouldn't. If you find yourself struggling to keep up with other people your age, or if you get short of breath walking up the stairs, it's time to talk to your doctor. COPD does not yet have a cure, but it is treatable. Early diagnosis and proper care can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, visit copdfoundation.org.
This is ESPN Chicago, WNVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Coming up on SportsCenter all night.
Baseball's all-time greats are forever immortalized in Cooperstown.
I loved playing in Cleveland and Milwaukee, but when it was time to go somewhere new, I thought I wanted to go to L.A. and play for the Dodgers close to home. I definitely didn't want to go to New York and play for the Yankees, the furthest team away.
We put the finishing touches on NFL Back Together Weekend.
We're going to have fun, and we're going to work, and you can do both. Again, 1985, maybe people thought you couldn't do both, but we can, and we've proved that. We're going to prove that when you see us win a lot of football games.
Soto and the Mets battle Devers and the Giants on Sunday Night Baseball.
The 2-2, that is hammered left field. That is back on its way, and it's gone. Chapman a homer over the left center field wall, and just like that, the Giants have tied it up at 1.
The Lynx put their perfect 14-0 home record on the line against the Dream.
Around the world they go. Three-pointer. And look at the reaction from Nafisa Collier as Minnesota is within 4.
Plus 50 states in 50 days hits the field in Virginia.
We are our first opponent. We're the first ones we play, and so we're doing that every day. You can imagine being a defensive end going against Tunsil or a DB trying to match with Jaden. You kind of get where I'm going. Like, it's this competition that fuels these next 5 weeks.
And to the Miami Marlins, honestly, when you guys called to offer me a contract for 2015, I have never heard of your team.
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. A class of all-time greats finally enshrined in Cooperstown, including one who goes in wearing not that Marlins cap, but a Mariners cap. And speaking of greats, a couple of high-profile greats on the field in Anaheim Sunday with those Mariners visiting the Angels.
1-0 on Trout. This ball's lifted high in the air. This ball's carried deep out in the center, and it is Trout here. He hits it out to the batter's eye, dead center. That was a bomb off the bat of Trout. Angels add on. It's now 4-0.
Angels Radio AM 830, Mike Trout, 443-foot homer for his 1,000th career RBI. Third player in Angels history to record 1,000 RBI with the franchise. Garrett Anderson, Tim Salmon being the other two. Trout's wasn't the only ball to leave the park on Sunday.
Swung on. That is driven center field. Adele is back. He's at the track. He's looking up, and it is gone. Cal Raleigh has done it again. Number 41. He is tied for fourth all-time for catcher home runs in a season. He continues to climb the ladder of history.
Seattle Sports 710 AM. 41st homer for Cal Raleigh. One shy of tying Aaron Judge for the most by an American League player prior to the start of August. Too little, too late, though, for the Mariners. Angels win it 4-1. Seattle falling into a tie with the Rangers for the third American League wildcard spot. Angels splitting the 4-game series. They allowed one or fewer runs for the first time since July 3rd against Atlanta. So it was pitching in Pittsburgh as opposed to Anaheim, where there was hitting. Pittsburgh pitching, the Pirates sending Paul Skeens to the mound against the Diamondbacks.
Ahead 2 strikes on Suarez. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9 for Paul Skeens.
93-7 the Fan. Pirates a 6-0 shutout of the Diamondbacks. Skeens going 6 innings, struck out 9. All 9 strikeouts were swinging. Tied for the most in the start in his career. 4th straight home start where he did not allow an earned run. 6-8 with an ERA of 1.83 this season. Second lowest ERA through July by a pitcher with a losing record. Jacob deGrom being the other. First time in his career he's thrown back-to-back scoreless starts with at least 6 innings pitched. Sunday night baseball in San Francisco. Giants hosting the Mets. 7th inning proving to be key in this one.
The 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball hit down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. And that one is gone. Home run into McCovey Cove for Ronnie Mauricio. And the Mets have tied it up. It is 3-3. Soto awaits an 0-1. Here it is. Swing and a high fly ball left field. This one's got a chance. Ramos back at the wall, and it's gone. An opposite field homer for Juan Soto. And just like that, the Mets have the lead. It's 4-3 New York as Soto takes Rodriguez out the other way.
Mets taking the lead in the 7th. And then in the 9th.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a ball drilled out towards left center field. Lee back some more. It's over his head. Acuna on his horse around third, on his way to the plate. He's in to score. Nimmo with an RBI double. And here in the 9th, the Mets have gotten some insurance. They lead at 5-3.
Mets pick up that insurance run. But in the bottom of the 9th, Giants down 2. Load the bases.
Mets 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Giants 3-6-0. The bases are loaded. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the ball game. Diaz fans Chapman with the bases loaded. And the Mets win it and sweep the Giants.
5-3 the final. Mets' first 3-game sweep of the Giants since 2017. Also in San Francisco. Mets with a 7-game win streak, longest active streak currently. You heard it here on ESPN Radio. John Sciambi, Doug Glanville had the call for us. Back to the Bay. Boog.
Jay, thanks very much. The Mets come into San Francisco, sweep the Giants. They have now won 7 in a row. And the Mets, Doug Glanville, showing a lot of fight here in this game.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, you look at having Senga on the mound. First of all, that's a big boost. They've had a lot of injuries to their rotation. He's coming back, kind of letting him be able to go a little deeper. And he, had some command issues, but eventually found it and put them in a position to win. And then they just got the big hits and the contributions from the bottom of the order. Ronnie Mauricio, 4 hits, home run, and 2 doubles, really changed the complexion of the game. And once they got the lead, then they were able to roll out not only Diaz in his normal role, but Gregory Soto, big acquisition, gave them what they were looking for, the velocity, the swing and miss. And so that bullpen looks different when you have Garrett and now Soto, a couple of lefties, Raley's back. So a lot of it tells the story of a healthier pitching staff. And they already have these very good hitters at the top of the order, but combine that with what the bottom was able to do. Marte 2 hits, Alvarez 2 hits. It was a complete effort tonight by the Mets.
You feel like both these teams, though, are hoping for some help at the trade deadline. Certainly for the Giants, hoping for some pitching help.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, you also are looking who's in your division, who's ahead of you. The Mets are contending with the Phillies, who have a deep pitching staff. When you talk about their rotation, you're going to have to pitch your way through this league, and most importantly, you need to get healthy. So that's hard to do in some of these teams, but there's no doubt the Mets are going to be beneficiaries by the acquisitions already made.
So the Mets win it 5-3 as Diaz hangs on to close it out. And the Mets have won 7 in a row. For Doug Glanville, I'm John Sciambi, right here on your home for every game of the postseason. Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Now we send it back to Jay Reynolds in the studio.
All right, Boog, Mets with the 5-3 win on Sunday night. Baseball, Giants 0 for 23 with runners in scoring position in the series. Their worst over a single series since the club moved to San Francisco in 1958. Giants losing the Sunday night game, but they don't lose ground in the division. Dodgers stumbling again in Boston.
Into the wine. He throws, and Bregman drives one high and deep into left field. It is gone! Off the National Car Rental sign. A Breggy bomb. And it's 4-3 Red Sox.
WEEI 93.7 FM. Red Sox a 4-3 win over the Dodgers. Bregman 2 for 3 with the go-ahead homer in the fifth. Red Sox take 2 of 3 in the series. They maintain a half-game lead for third in the American League wild card spot. They trailed 3-1 before a 3-run fifth inning, and they win it 4-3. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. Feels at times like it's not baseball without a rain delay. That's precisely what they had in Cooperstown Sunday. They did, however, get the class of 2025 inducted. 5 new members enshrined, including the first player born in Japan, Ichiro Suzuki.
I think you can imagine there was much doubt when I decided to try becoming the first position player from Japan in MLB. But it was more than just doubt. There was criticism and negativity. Someone even said to me, "Don't embarrass the nation." The person who supported me the most was my wife, Yumiko. It would only be natural if she had doubts too, but she never made me feel them. All of her energy was focused on supporting and encouraging me. For 19 seasons in Seattle, New York, and Miami, she made sure that our home was always happy and positive. I tried to be consistent as a player, but she's the most consistent teammate I ever had. Shortly after I retired, Yumiko and I had a date night. We did something we had never been able to do while I was a player. We sat in the stands and enjoyed the Mariners game together. We did it the American way by eating hot dogs. Of all the experiences baseball has given me, enjoying a hot dog at a game with the person most responsible for helping me reach this moment is the most special. Going into America's Baseball Hall of Fame was never my goal. I didn't even know there was one until I visited Cooperstown for the first time in 2001. But being here today sure feels like a fantastic dream. Thank you.
Ichiro, initially a huge star in Japan, hit .353 over his 9 seasons there. Then he burst onto the scenes in Major League Baseball, winning American League Rookie of the Year as a 27-year-old. ESPN insider Tim Kirkjian.
It was an enormous impact. Only player in Major League history to get 200 hits in each of his first 10 seasons. Had 262 hits in 1 year, which is still a Major League record. And here's how good he was. First year in the league, there was a pitch that bounced in front of home plate, and he hit a bouncing ball into center field for a hit. I called Pat Gillett, the Mariners GM, the next day and said, "What was that?" And he said, "Oh, he used to practice that all the time in Japan." But he wasn't just a great hitter. He was a great base runner. He won 10 Gold Gloves and had one of the great throwing arms I've ever seen.
Ichiro fell 1 vote shy of becoming the second unanimous selection. He thanked the writers for their support, with the one exception. He had initially offered to have that writer over to his house for dinner so he could understand the reasoning behind the vote or no vote, but Sunday in Cooperstown, he said that offer's now expired. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
Brock Purdy is getting paid. The 49ers and the 25-year-old quarterback have agreed on a 5-year, $265 million deal.
Because of the way that you are now compensated at the quarterback position, I expect you to elevate your football team.
Niners looking to elevate once again this season. Last year, a bit of a step back overall. Injuries playing a role. Speaking of injuries, Sunday, just over an hour into practice, defensive end Teron Jackson goes to the ground, didn't get up, seemed like a regular run play. Jackson was being blocked when he went down. Teammates quickly shouted for the training staff. Injuries, of course, an issue last season as well. ESPN Niners reporter Nick Wagoner.
Anytime you go through a down year like they had last year, you obviously are hoping for some sort of a bounce back. But I don't know that there's pressure in terms of job pressure per se. Obviously, that kind of thing can change if it's a really, really bad year. I think they're kind of hoping to follow a little bit more of what the Rams model was when the Rams kind of, they won the Super Bowl and then they tried to run it back. It didn't go very well. They had a lot of guys injured, and then, they had guys retire and moving on and things like that. And they really brought in a bunch of young guys to kind of remake their defense and then lean heavily on their offense. And it got them back into the playoffs, and they've been back the last couple of years. And I think the 49ers are kind of hoping for similar things. Obviously, you're counting on some things that you can't necessarily count on, including, like you mentioned, injury luck. Can Christian McCaffrey get through the season or most of the season relatively healthy? Trent Williams at left tackle, 37 years old, can he get through the season healthy? And so you got all these guys. There's still a lot of star power here, guys, that can carry a team, but they're going to need these young guys. They could start as many as 6 rookies or, second-year guys. They could have up to 8 if you're counting second-year guys starting on their defense. So Robert Saleh, who they brought back as a defensive coordinator in the offseason, also will get some of that pressure as he's the guy who they're hoping can kind of lead that defense back to prominence. So a lot of moving parts to this. The 49ers have seen it, in 2019. I don't think anybody expected them to kind of burst on the scene the way that they did. I think they're hoping that they can maybe kind of refine some of that magic. Easier said than done, of course, but I think that's kind of the blueprint and the model that they're hoping to follow this year.
We'll see how the injuries affect the Niners season this year in 2025. Multi-year deal to remain royalty. That's next. Sports Center all night continues at ESPN Radio.
We are on September 2nd moving to ESPN Radio, which is also my roots, I'm proud to say.
The return of Rich Eisen.
To be able to go back to where my career started was something that I never thought possible.
September 2nd, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. More Sports Center all night. Coming up next.
Cap and J Hood.
It's so good to have you guys a part of my life. And when I tune in every day, even though I don't call in as much as I should, I keep it locked in all the time up here in the snow.
I appreciate you, Curtis. Thank you so much for listening.
This radio station is by far the best radio station.
Get Cap and J Hood podcasts on demand in the ESPN Chicago app or listen weekdays 7 to 10 on ESPN 1000 and 100.3 HD2.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you around the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
I can't believe they're moving the team to another city.
True, but you'll never forget all the joy they brought into your life.
Joy? They made the playoffs twice in 50 years.
Gosh, those 2 times were pretty great, weren't they?
How would I know? I wasn't even born yet.
Just think of all the free time you'll have on game days.
Those games were the highlight of my week.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
Yeah, for me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I'm Tom Waddle.
Whatever he's accomplished in life, he's done it because of Tom Waddle. He's done it because of the effort he put into being a football player, for one thing. If you're talking about full-out speed and blazing talent, no. But how do you measure the heart and the will of an individual? And he had that. So if you have the heart and the will, that's going to propel you to do things a lot greater than this guy who has these flexy muscles and stands around and gets his ass kicked when the ball snapped.
Hear Waddle with Sylvie.
Now, weekdays 2:30 to 6:30 on ESPN Chicago.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today.
Carmen and Yurko. Weekdays, now noon to 3 on Chicago's home for sports, ESPN Chicago.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Glad you can make Sports Center all night part of your night. Sports Center all night is presented by Progressive Insurance. They offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance. Visit progressive.com. Right-hander Seth Lugo and the Royals finalizing a multi-year contract extension. The 35-year-old, one of the better potential trade candidates at the deadline this season, one of the top arms in the upcoming free agent class. Lugo posting ERAs of about 3.5 or lower for the past 5 seasons. Lugo 7-5 with an ERA of 2.95, 99 strikeouts and 113 innings this season. As for the Royals, on Sunday they were facing the Guardians.
3-2 pitch and a swing. Fly ball. Well hit. Left field. Quan back. It's gone. Michael Garcia homers in the 5th inning, and the Royals lead it 4-0. Home run number 10 on the year for Michael.
Garcia 1 for 3, but the 1 is his 10th homer. Drove in a pair, went 5 for 10 with 2 homers and 4 RBI in the series. Royals beat the Guardians 4-1, 96-5 the Fan with the call. Guardians' first series loss since the July 4th weekend against the Tigers. They had won 4 straight series, their longest streak this season. Yankees and Phillies.
Grounded, fair ball, down the right field line, that'll go into the corner. Stanton scores. Chisholm scores. Dominguez will stop at third. It's a 2-run double for McMahon, and the Yankees have tied the score. Yankees up 3-2. Ground ball through for a base hit. McMahon rounds third. He's coming home. He will score. It's an RBI single for Grisham, and the Yankees lead 4-2.
Take the 4-2 lead there. They hang on for a 4-3 win. Heard on the Yes Network. Yankees scoring all 4 in the 2nd inning. The win over the Phillies, snapping a 3-game losing streak overall and a 4-game home losing streak. Phillies' 5th straight game with multiple home runs, their longest streak since 7 straight games in 2023. But they fall to the Yankees. Speaking of the Yankees, Aaron Judge is placed on the injured list Sunday with a right flexor strain. The expectation is he will return after the minimum 10-day absence. What will that look like? ESPN insider Tim Kurkjian and Jeff Passan.
They're hoping to get that bat back in 10 days. Now, look, when it comes to the arm, we don't know how the rest is going to affect him. I think what we understand, though, is Aaron Judge can still swing a bat like right now. It's clear what they're hoping for is to get the full version of him back sooner than later, because when you're putting Giancarlo Stanton out there in the outfield, it is not an ideal situation, Tim, for the Yankees.
Right, and this is a team you can pitch to even with Judge in the lineup. You take him out of the lineup. He has a 1.160 OPS. The rest of the team has a .743 OPS. That's an enormous difference. You take him out even for 10 days, you've got some offensive issues.
Jeff, as it relates to the trade deadline, look, the Yankees made some what would be considered lesser moves, right? They had Ryan McMahon, but more of a defensive player there, Ahmed Rosario. How does this Judge news impact the Yankees' game plan at the deadline?
The Yankees wanted to get a third baseman or a third base combination, and they wanted to go out and get at least 2 more pitchers. But the real question I have, and I think this is going to be very telling in terms of the severity of Aaron Judge's injury, are they willing to go out and get rental players, or are they going to focus more on the guys who have a couple of years of club control? The Sandy Alcantaras, the Edward Cabreras, if they're really taking a shot, the Joe Ryans and Mackenzie Gores. They have the system to go out and get anyone that they want. Like, it's a very good farm system. But what are they going to be this year? And is this a team that, if it doesn't have Aaron Judge at his best, Tim, is a threat to win anything, frankly?
Right. And again, his defense is really, really good. So this changes them as a defensive team if when he comes back, even in 10 days, he has to be a designated hitter. Now they are down another defender, and that's not a good spot for the Yankees.
The hope for the Yankees is that Judge resumes throwing in 10 to 14 days and then works his way back to being available in the outfield. Yankees are not considering having him play first base when he returns from the injured list, according to sources. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. Padres and Cardinals on Sunday.
Pitch here is hit on one bounce off the glove of Arenado. Trickles into foul ground. 2 more runs going to score as both Diaz and Arise check in. Machado ends up at second base with his 3rd hit of the day, and the Padres lead it 7-0.
Oh, they have busted this one wide open here in the 4th.
Manny Machado 4 for 5 with 3 RBI. His second 4-hit game this season, finishes the series 11 for 17. Most hits in a series in his career, most by a Padres player since 2009. Adrian Gonzalez had 11 hits in that series as the Padres beat the Cardinals on Sunday 9-2. They split the 4-game series to maintain a 1-game lead over the Reds for the 3rd National League wildcard spot. Cardinals winless in 4 straight series. In Minnesota, Twins hosting the Nationals.
The right-hander kicks and fires the first pitch of the day, and it's swung on and hit in the air to deep right center field. Way back, going, and gone. Goodbye. Into the upper deck in right center field. A game leadoff home run for C.J. Abrams. Number 14 of the year for Abrams, and the Nationals break out on top. 1 pitch, 1 hit, 1-0 Nationals.
C.J. Abrams with his 14th home run. Leadoff home run, 3 runs scored, 3 stolen bases. Second player this season with a home run, 3 stolen bases in a game. Nationals Radio Network. Nats beat the Twins 7-2. James Wood 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts and a walk. Golden Sombrero, 4 strikeouts in a game. 4th time he's done that in his career. 5 going into Cooperstown. That's next. Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Monday, we'll rank the top 5 players with the most pressure on them in the NFL, and we'll update you with Weekend Rewind. That's Monday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Carmen and Yurko.
Building off that bourbon analogy, like obviously when I put it in my barrel, it's not going to be ready in 6 months. Right. To Chris's point, like you can go into the Rick House, take the bunghole out.
What?
That's what it's called.
What?
That's what it's called. You can taste the whiskey.
Oh, he's tasting it now. Are there people that go right from the hole?
Yes.
Get Carmen and Yurko podcasts at your favorite pod place or on the ESPN Chicago app. Carmen and Yurko, weekdays noon to 3, ESPN Chicago.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
You've seen the headlines, heard the debates.
The three-point ball has created a monotonous rhythm to the game, and others.
Has the three-pointer ruined basketball? And how did we get here?
The rise of the three-point shot can be partially traced to an eccentric Kansas genius named Martin Manley,
whose story didn't turn out quite the way he imagined.
I decided I wanted to have one of the most organized goodbyes in history.
30 for 30 podcast presents
Chasing Basketball Heaven.
Available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
It all started back in 1971 when Rocco Polisi and his wife Nancy brought a taste of Italy to Chicago. That's right, Nancy's Pizza, home of the original stuffed pizza. Rocco crafted his recipe from scratch, and when you cut into that crispy crust, you get a gooey molten blend of mozzarella and your favorite fillings that's just perfection. Also, try Nancy's thin crust, crispy on the edges with that caramelized cheese. It is sure to hit the spot. Taste a piece of Chicago pizza history. Stop by my guys at Nancy's in the West Loop on your way to the game, or order from any of their locations throughout the suburbs.
I don't think anybody ever expects to hear that their child has cancer. It's always one of those things that happens to somebody else, but it definitely feels like your soul is sucked out of your body when they tell you that it's your baby. I knew that St. Jude was a children's hospital. I knew that no one ever received a bill from St. Jude, but I in no way understood how amazingly and completely they take care of their patients and their families. When we first got here, Hunter was in an incredible amount of pain, and St. Jude gave him the most superb care. Childhood cancer is devastating, but childhood cancer is beatable with St. Jude. To any of the donors, I would say bless you and thank you, because without the donors, St. Jude wouldn't be here.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Chicago's home for sports is on Twitch. See what we're up to. Follow ESPN 1000 Chicago today.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, taking you to 6 o'clock Eastern time and unsportsmanlike each weekday morning, 6 to 10 Eastern here on ESPN Radio.
Half-hour headlines on Sports Center all night.
5 more enshrined into Cooperstown on Sunday with the induction ceremony. Aaron Judge goes on the injured list for the Yankees, out at least a week and a half. Mike Trout homering for career RBI number 1,000. On Sunday. Speaking of home run, Juan Soto goes yard and the Mets win over the Giants in Sunday Night Baseball.
Soto awaits an 0-1. Here it is. Swing and a high fly ball left field. This one's got a chance. Ramos back at the wall, and it's gone. An opposite field homer for Juan Soto. And just like that, the Mets have the lead. It's 4-3 New York as Soto takes Rodriguez out the other way.
Juan Soto homering in the 7th as the Mets rally past the Giants for a 5-3 win in the Sunday night game. Boog Sciambi calling it here on ESPN Radio. Mets get the win. First 3-game series sweep of the Giants since 2017. Soto 1 for 4, but it's that go-ahead opposite field home run in the 7th, his 25th of the season. And after the win, he chatted with our David Lloyd on SportsCenter.
Juan, take me through that at-bat when you put one out.
Well, for me, I just tried to put a ball in play, tried to make a good swing. I faced him last night, and I don't know what he got, and I just tried to work with it.
I know it had been 9 days since you hit a home run. You're a home run hitter. Do you start to get a little anxious when you haven't hit one in a while?
No, I just try to keep the same approach. Sometimes it takes a while, you know. Sometimes you're facing the different pitchers. Sometimes they're attacking you. Sometimes they're going around you. You just got to be patient and wait for your moment.
So, Juan, I'm watching you. As you're rounding first base, you're pointing to it looks like your ring finger. What is that gesture all about?
No, that's the thing with my guy, Antoine Richardson. He just got engaged. So I told him I'm going to hit a homer and do the finger thing for him.
Look at you. You got him an early wedding present, Juan Soto. Nicely done out of you.
Yeah, thank you.
With that home run, you reached 25 on the season. 5 straight years, Juan, with 25 or more. Judge, Schwarber, and Ohtani, the only other guys to do that. How important is that to you to provide that kind of consistency?
I feel like consistency is all. That's why we work in the offseason, try to grind, put our bodies in the best shape to, keep consistent. Don't go too high, don't go too low. Just try to be consistent every year. So really happy, and I feel like my offseason workouts have been working.
Yeah, the pop at the top of the lineup, pop at the bottom as well. Your teammate Ronnie Mauricio, he hit one into McCovey Cove, one of his 4 hits. What did you think of what Ronnie did tonight?
I think he's unbelievable. His power is just incredible. Really happy for him. He's been grinding, trying to figure out his swing and everything to put it together, and now he's seeing some results. So really happy for him. He's been swinging the bat really well lately, and I think he's going to help us for a long time.
Everyone seems to be swinging the bat and playing good baseball right now on your team. 7 straight wins for the Mets. What is it like with this bunch right now?
I think we're just playing good baseball. We have one of the best bullpens in the game, and our starters are doing a great job from the top to the bottom. And then our lineup is just grinding. We have hitters that can do damage from the top to the bottom, and we just go out there and grind.
Juan Soto and the Mets get the Sunday night win over the Giants, who went 0 for 23 with runners in scoring position in the series. Mets get the win, 7-game win streak, baseball's longest active streak. Matches New York's season-long high, 7-game streak they had back in April as well. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, Rangers and Braves.
And the pitch swung on and a drive well hit. Up the alley in left center field. That ball is way back, and that ball is in there for extra bases. 1 hop off the wall, 1 run home, 2 runs home. Here comes Adolis, and he scores. Langford clears off the bases with a ringing 3-run double, and it's 3-0 Texas in the first.
105.3 The Fan. Rangers go on to an 8-1 win over the Braves. Their 6th consecutive win, one behind the Mets' 7-game win streak. Braves' 5th consecutive loss. Meanwhile, that's the longest active losing streak in Major League Baseball. Braves top 5 in the batting order, win a combined 0 for 16 in Sunday's loss to Texas. Tigers continuing to put up some runs against the Blue Jays.
The 0-2, line drive, base hit into left. Green is in, Torque being waved around third, and the ball gets by Schneider in left. McKinstry around third, he will score. Dingler clears the bases. 2 score on his single, another on the error. The Tigers have scored double-digit runs today. 10-0 lead in the 8th.
97-1 the ticket. It would be a 10-4 win over Toronto. Tigers snapping a 6-game losing streak and a 7-game home losing streak. Jack Flaherty, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts. He'd allowed multiple runs in 7 straight starts entering Sunday, which was tied for a career long. The Tigers, though, get the win, 10-4 over the Blue Jays. Battle of Chicago between the Cubs and the White Sox.
Taylor deals. Crow Armstrong swings. A bouncing ball past third. It's fair. Rolling into foul territory. Around third. Coming home. Tucker on his way around third. Following him is Suzuki. PCA stops at second. A 2-run double for Pete Crow Armstrong. The Cubs strike first. They lead 2-0 here in the first.
Cubs with the lead there. They go on to a 5-4 win over the White Sox. Cubs Radio Network with the call. They've won 10 of the last 11 games against the White Sox. 5-1 record this season. PCA, 2 for 4. Couple of doubles. Drove in a pair. 28 doubles. Tied for 4th most in Major League Baseball. Brewers came down to the final at-bat.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field. That is going to do it and then some. Perkins walks it off against the Marlins. He touches first. Haas touches home. And the Brewers beat Miami 3-2.
3-2 the final for the Brewers. 6:20 WTMJ. Brewers avoid the sweep against the Marlins by tying the game in the 8th, then winning it in the 9th. 13-3 in their last 16 games. Best record in baseball since that stretch began 3 weeks ago on July 6th. SportsCenter all night. ESPN Radio. 5 more inductees in Cooperstown enshrined on Sunday. Among them, CC Sabathia. Had a tough time getting there. You may have seen on social media when his wife's car broke down as they headed to Cooperstown. Finally made it.
I loved playing in Cleveland and Milwaukee. But when it was time to go somewhere new, I thought I wanted to go to L.A. and play for the Dodgers close to home. I definitely didn't want to go to New York and play for the Yankees, the furthest team away. Winning mattered and money made a difference, but my free agent decision was really about where we were going to spend our lives. We said to ourselves, we'll play anywhere on the planet as long as our family is together. When Amber and I were kids, things in our family were inconsistent. Now we had 3 kids of our own, and we wanted to plant roots. That's what we talked about. That's how we made the best decision we ever made. 11 months later, she was there in the Bronx as we won the 2009 World Series. Amber and I have always been we. We picked the Yankees. We bought a house in New Jersey. 17 years later, that's where we still live. It's where we raised a family. When I wrote my book, I dedicated it to our children because that's still our biggest accomplishment to this day. The best part of being retired is watching what our kids do. Watching Lil C develop into a man and a ball player at the University of Houston has been amazing. Jaden is on her way to her career in arts management, so we help her study by going to Broadway shows together. And I've seen Saya win two national dance championships, making me a dance dad. And I always say, if my life was a movie, she'd be the main character. And Carter just got home from the Hank Aaron Invitational in Vero Beach. We're somewhere every weekend. It's insane, and I love it. In January, I was sitting on our couch next to our house. I was sitting on our couch in our house when Amber's phone rang. The Hall of Fame knew to call her. I'm known not to answer a call or a text. Yeah, I have been watching the tracker for months, and things look good. But when we got the news that day, I was in shock. The room was cheering, and I was just sitting there until Jaden gave me a hug and snapped me out of the daze. The next day, we drove up to Cooperstown, me behind the wheel, Amber in the front passenger seat like always. It's been a long road from Vallejo, California, and I wouldn't have made it all this way without the women redirecting me when I got lost. Tonight, tell your grannies, your moms, your aunts, your sisters, your wives, your girlfriends, and your daughters how much you love and appreciate them.
A lot of thank yous to go around for CC Sabathia. Speaking of pitchers enshrined on Sunday, now a Hall of Fame closer, Billy Wagner.
To every kid out there, this is my message to you. Obstacles are not a roadblock. Obstacles are stepping stones. They build you and shape you, refine you. I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't left-handed. I wasn't supposed to be here. There were only 7 full-time relievers in the Hall of Fame. Now there are 8. Because I refused to give up or give in. I refused to listen to the outside critics, and I never stopped working. That's what this game does for you. It teaches you about life. It teaches you how to persevere. Don't fear failure. Embrace it. Because perseverance isn't just a trait. It's the path to greatness. Thank you to the Hall of Fame for the incredible honor. Thank you to my every teammate, every coach, every fan, every person who believes in me along the way. I am forever grateful. This game is more than numbers and metrics. It's winning the moment. It's being excited for your teammates when they succeed. It's being crushed when you don't come through in the clutch. It's knowing that there is always tomorrow. The love of the game has meaning. And it's not about salaries and rankings. It's about perseverance, passion, grit, and the pursuit of perfection. It's about the 1, 2, 3 inning, play to win, and let God take care of the rest.
Billy Wagner heading into the Hall of Fame on Sunday. 422 career saves, ranks 8th on the all-time list. An emotional speech, at times humor in there as well. Small town guy, kind of small for a pitcher as well. ESPN insider Tim Kirkjian.
422 saves, 2.31 ERA, and had 11.9 strikeouts per 9 innings and allowed 6 hits per 9 innings for his career, the lowest rate of anyone who threw 900 or more innings. And he's a naturally right-handed player who broke his arm twice at age 6 and had to become left-handed. So he told me a story recently. Kenny Rogers, another lefty, like deep into his career, said, I think I can throw a baseball farther than you can with my right hand. So Kenny Rogers threw it into the outfield. Pretty impressive. Billy Wagner picked it up and threw it over the outfield fence and looked at Kenny Rogers and said, I'm naturally right-handed.
Fell for that one, didn't he? Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
Sports Center, 50 states in 50 days.
We go coast to coast. We going coast to coast.
On ESPN Radio.
East Coast focus on Virginia. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels going into season number 2. Looking for a little more hardware, however. Sat down with our Hannah Storm and Jay Harris.
How's it going in camp this week? And what's it been like compared to this time last year?
Yeah, it's been going good. Camp's been going real good.
Yeah.
Last year, it was completely different. It was my first camp, so I didn't really know what to do. Or not know what to do, but I'm still trying to figure out everything. But now it's kind of just like I got a routine. I know how camp's going to go. I know how it should be and how to keep my body fresh each and every day.
Got some good news, at least that Terry McLaurin is here in person. I know he's on the PUP list. He's looking for that new contract. How important is he to you personally?
I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. Just, the work that he puts in and how he carries himself. But I mean, when he walked out here, you could hear the fans. They love him out here. We all love him in the building too.
And you got a new weapon here. How about Deebo Samuel? Like, that's got to be a lot of fun. What kind of things have you guys been trying this week with Deebo?
A lot of different things. We haven't really opened up the full repertoire on everything and how we're going to use Deebo, but just trying to get him the ball in space and see what he can do with early in camp. So we're just trying to stack days on days and get ready for the season.
I'm going to go back a bit because you went on the road, won twice in the playoffs at Tampa Bay, at Detroit, lost in the NFC title game at Philly. You said you felt like you belonged here, right? Looking back, what can you take from that playoff experience and bring it to this season?
Man, completely different game. I mean, training camp and preseason, completely different than 17 games in regular season, and then once you hit the playoffs, it's completely different. So I know each and every week how I should prepare to try to get back to the playoffs because, I mean, nothing's guaranteed in this league.
Right.
But, I mean, from there, it's kind of just that experience. You're going to get the best teacher in life is experience. So just the amount of games that I played in college and now the amount of games I played my first year, just trying to keep building on that success and keep pushing forward.
How are you able to compartmentalize all of that and keep it in perspective at your young age?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of.
I can't do it now.
Yeah, I think it's just the humility part. Being grounded and never letting your ego, especially in the quarterback room, we always say check your egos at the door.
Gotcha.
And that's like the main thing that they heart because everybody has egos. Everybody is selfish in their own ways. As human beings, I mean, that's just human nature.
Right.
But for us, it's like, okay, how can I just go out there and take that away from me, push the ego out the way, and how can I be able to grow and get better? Because I still got so much to learn, and I'm striving to be a perfect player. I mean, if people were perfect players, everybody play in this league.
Jaden Daniels could appear in the Commanders' preseason opener. That'll be August 8th against the Patriots at Gillette Stadium. Heard the mention of Terry McLaurin, the wide receiver, missing most of the offseason and the start of camp, seeking a new contract. Still no new deal, but he did end his holdout on Sunday. The first practice open to the public this summer. He's placed on the physically unable to perform list with an ankle injury. Exhaling in New York. That's next. Sports Center All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
The NFL on ESPN Radio.
I'm pretty confident that Aaron Rodgers is going to play well. The ceiling is winning a wild card game.
Camp to camp, team to team. 38 days until opening night.
I just wanna feel this moment.
The countdown continues on ESPN Radio. More Sports Center All Night coming up next.
This is a Bears town. We worship great defense. We appreciate frigid temperatures when our 11 are battling their 11 on the lakefront in January. We love a helmet with a chunk of fresh turf lodged in it. This is a Bears town. And we are the new home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Is a Bears town. A town where names like Butkus, Sayers, and Peyton need no first name. A place where Hallis, Ditka, and Lovey led us to that final game of the season. A city where we want our coach to know the importance of beating the Packers. This is a Bears town. And we are the new home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
I think my biggest challenge was getting through to him to understand that love is real and you have goals in mind, you have things that want to happen, and I want to help you get there.
Sometimes people tend to shy away from wanting to adopt teenagers because they feel like they've lost so much, but there's still so much to gain.
Just knowing that there's just that other person that cares and loves me out there, it feels great. And they've done so much for me, and I can only be appreciative every single day for just having them in my life.
I think it's been the best decision because I gained a son, and he's the best son ever. If I was down and out, he'd be there.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
If you miss a show or an interview on ESPN 1000, you can hear it anytime, anywhere through the all-new ESPN Chicago app.
Listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, presented by Progressive. New York Liberty breathing perhaps a little sigh of relief. Breanna Stewart avoiding a significant injury when she hurt her right leg Saturday night in their game. She had imaging done, nothing major turning up according to reports. Breanna Stewart will travel with the team on its 4-game road trip that begins in Dallas on Monday. She left nearly 3.5 minutes into New York's loss to the LA Sparks on Saturday. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio in Cooperstown, New York. Handful of new inductees into the Baseball Hall of Fame, including posthumously Dave Parker, died of complications from Parkinson's in June, less than a month before the induction ceremony. ESPN insider Tim Kurkjian.
The Cobra was amazing. For a 5-year period in the National League, he was the best player in the game. He won 2 batting titles. He won an MVP. He was an enormous man, and yet he could really run. He was an elite defensive right fielder, had one of the great throwing arms I've ever seen. He had a presence and a leadership about him that not many players have ever had. And he used to wear a Star of David around his neck. And he was asked, why do you do that? And he said, well, my name is David, and I'm a star.
Dave Parker going into the Hall of Fame, finished his career with 2,712 hits, 339 homers, won a couple of Gold Gloves as a huge arm in right field for the Pirates. Primarily won National League MVP in 1978, first 11 seasons in Pittsburgh, entered the Hall of Fame representing the Bucks. On the diamond on Sunday, A's a 7-1 win over the Astros to sweep the 4-game series from Houston. They outscored Houston 32-7 over the weekend. Best run differential in a single series since 2019. First time they've swept a 4-game season since they beat the Tigers in 2021. Reds and Rays
0-1 the count on Hayes. The right-hander Boz brings it home and swinging a soft tapper over the mound. The second baseman will let the shortstop make a play. It rolls under his glove. Here comes Friedel to the plate, and the Reds have a run.
Reds would score 2 in the first inning, 700 WLW. Those 2 runs would hold up. 20th game with multiple runs in the first inning this season, most in the National League, and they hang on to beat the Rays 2-1. Reds' first home win this season when scoring 2 runs or fewer. As for the top sounds from Sunday, let's check in with Nick DeLuca.
Sports Center all night.
Oh my goodness! Check it out on Sports Center tonight.
Today's top sound.
How good is that? Are you not entertained?
Number 5.
All right, Jay, busy night in baseball will start in the Bay Area. The Mets finish off the sweep of the Giants at Oracle thanks to some clutch homers, including this Juan Soto blast in the 7th. Boog Shambi with the call on ESPN Radio.
Soto waits at 0-1. Here it is. Swing and a high fly ball left field. This one's got a chance. Ramos back at the wall, and it's gone. An opposite field homer for Juan Soto. And just like that, the Mets have the lead. It's 4-3 New York as Soto takes Rodriguez out the other way.
Number 4.
Angels and Mariners clashing in Anaheim. Cal Raleigh continuing to show why he's the AL MVP favorite. The call on Seattle Sports, 7:10 a.m.
Swung on. That is driven center field. Adele is back. He's at the track. He's looking up, and it is gone. Cal Raleigh has done it again. Number 41. He is tied for 4th all-time for catcher home runs in a season. He continues to climb the ladder of history.
Number 3.
The Brewers had the bases juiced in the 9th against the Marlins. Blake Perkins made sure the home fans left happy. The call from 620 WTMJ.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field. That is going to do it and then some. Perkins walks it off against the Marlins. He touches first. Haas touches home. And the Brewers beat Miami 3-2.
Number 2.
Baltimore's Tyler O'Neill continues his hot streak, hitting a home run for a 3rd straight game on WBAL.
It's 2-2 to O'Neill. High fly ball. Deep left field. Has he done it again? Yes, he has. Way out of here to left. Tyler O'Neill is officially hot as an Oriole. A 2-run shot, 4-1 Baltimore.
Number 1.
And our top sound of the night coming from Boston. The Red Sox trailing the Dodgers in the 5th, battling back with a big swing from Alex Bregman on WEEI 93.7 FM.
Into the wind. He throws, and Bregman drives one high and deep into left field. It is gone! Off the National Car Rental sign. A Breggy bomb. And it's 4-3 Red Sox.
Bregman with the go-ahead home run in the 5th. First homer at home since May 7th. For the Dodgers, they're now 8-13 this month, in danger of their worst calendar month in a dozen years since May of 2013. Also heard Baltimore's win over Colorado 5-1. Rockies have scored 0 or 1 run 27 times this year. That's the most in baseball. It's Monday, July 28th, birthday of D'Amico Ryans, Texans coach, former linebacker. More NFL this morning. Our Jeff Darlington among the guests on Unsportsmanlike. Evan, Canty, Michelle are next. I'm Jay Reynolds. Back tomorrow with Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty, coming up Monday with training camps around the NFL in full swing. I'll tell you my biggest takeaways from that and more in my Upon Further Review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN.
Get some knowledge. Attend Whiskey U.
How many Whiskey U's have you been to?
Probably been about 10 or 11 Whiskey U's.
Yeah, this is my second one.
Probably 5 or 6.
And I came out to that first one, and I was like, oh, well, you know, this is nice.
Top notch. Carmen's amazing.
From then, it just took off for me.
Stay tuned for details on the next session of Whiskey U.
I'm a sophomore, so I think I have 2 years to go, and I'm hoping to get a master's. Fingers crossed.
Whiskey, me?
No, Whiskey U!
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and the drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at SCORE.org.
From the State Street Studio, this is WMVP WTBC HD2, Chicago.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle.
It's time we just stop acting as if Jerry Jones is there for anything other than the power struggle that exists with him over his players and him getting spotlights on not only himself, but the franchise.
It's his show. We're all part of the show. He loves putting on the show. He's one of the great marketers of all time. Like, he's the modern day P.T. Barnum, the NFL version of that. And he loves that.
He hasn't changed anything. He knows what the flaws in his organization are. And yet he looks at it every year and says, you know what this organization needs? A little more me.
Welcome to the show. We are Unsportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. Protect the stuff you love with Renters Insurance. Visit Progressive.com. A myriad of sound all around the Dallas Cowboys, who continue to always make news, along with Michelle Smallman, Chris Canty, Evan Cohen with you. Good morning, everybody. The welcome back. Did Pat play songs for Nuno back? Is that what I just gathered?
No, this is back together weekend for the NFL. No,
okay.
We clarified earlier this morning. First thing I told the guys back in Vegas East was, hey, guys, Nuno's back. We got to overcome bad coaching in order to get a win. First thing I said when I walked into the studio.
That's so sweet.
That exactly what he said.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. How we doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Yeah. Football is back.
Football is
back. We actually have a football game, an NFL football game this week. Hello.
Is it just me, or did this offseason seem remarkably short?
Ooh.
I don't know why. It just feels like I blinked, and all of a sudden we're in training camp. We've got games on deck. It's crazy how quickly we arrived here.
Football never really goes the way, though, Smalls. We had the Aaron Rodgers drama.
Maybe that's
having that played out. Exactly. It's always something with that dude. Yeah. But that bled into the middle of June.
Right. So
with
maybe
the Steelers minicamp. And then you're talking about, what, 6 weeks until everybody reported a training camp from that point? Yeah. So I guess that's why it felt so short.
It was a quick 6.
Yeah,
and here we are.
There you go.
All right. right, and we're back with Jerry and Stephen Jones saying things. So here we go, another day, another quote, and ×2. All right, you know what? I'm going to give you guys choose your own adventure. Who would you like to hear about first, Stephen or Jerry? Because we got both.
I think we start with Jerry. Start with the big dog.
Always. Okay. I get a
start
kick
with
out
Jerry.
of this. Here we go.
Run that thing to the side.
Here we go. This
This
is Jerry Jones yesterday. There is no sound somehow of this, but there is a quote that I'm going to read you. So the fans were cheering to pay Micah at Cowboys training camp, meaning Parsons, or Michael Parson, I think, as Jerry Jones called him recently. But here is what he had to say. I heard it light, but not compared to how I heard them say pay Lamb last year, Jones said on Sunday of the CeeDee Lamb negotiations from last year. That was a faint little sound compared to the way they were hollering last year, pay Lamb. Whoever's not in, you can count on a few hollering that, but that was a big chant last year on Lamb, end quote. I got to be honest. I think I'm starting to love this.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why.
It's entertaining
I'm
as
going to
hell,
tell you why.
Smalls. It is.
If there was
It's great.
any chance that Micah wasn't going to get paid, I would feel guilty saying what I just said. Because that's another person's life, right? That's
Their
another
livelihood.
Yeah, he is going to get generational wealth within the next couple of weeks. That's just how they go. So now I'm just starting to get entertained by the idea of what bit is Jerry Jones doing today, because he's doing a show. We've established the Dallas Cowboys are unlike the other 31 teams. They put on a show. The other 31 teams run a football team. It's totally different. So the latest version is we've seen comparing crowds, comparing chants, all this kind of stuff. That's now what he's doing. He's comparing the chants. I love it.
But you're comparing the chance by denigrating the guy that you're trying to reach an agreement with.
That part I don't love, but yeah.
But why are you doing that? This is not somebody who you have questions about as a player or as a person. You know exactly who Micah Parsons is. You know exactly how dominant he is. You know exactly how productive he is. And you know exactly what he brings to your football team. Why are you trying to go out there and make it seem like the fans don't want him to be there, or at least that they don't want him to be there at the same clip that they do CeeDee Lamb? What is advantageous about this? And I know, CeCe, we talked about this last week. You, as somebody who played in the league and more importantly played within that organization and understand this better than anybody, I am just waiting on a player to be fed up with this, to be fed up with the charade. For a player of the caliber of Micah Parsons to say, I'm going to get my bag a lot of places.
Yes.
And I can get it at a place where, A, it's more stable and I'm appreciated, and B, where I have a better chance to win. Because as long as this circus is still happening, the Dallas Cowboys are not going to be able to win a Super Bowl. And I'm just wondering which player it's going to be that says enough is enough. I don't want to be a part of this entertainment show anymore.
I have a hard time believing that there's going to be any player that draws a line in the sand in that way, because being a part of the Dallas Cowboys is so intoxicating. It's the most visible brand in all of sports. In all of sports, not just North American team sports, but in the entire world. No sports franchise is worth more money than the Dallas Cowboys. And Micah Parsons is fully aware of what that means. This is somebody that is media savvy, has a huge podcast. He understands the weight of the star. And so for him to voluntarily remove himself from that franchise, I just don't see a world where that happens. I just don't. Now, Smalls, to your point, he's going to get his money anywhere. But I think Micah Parsons wants to be a Dallas Cowboy for the rest of his career because he understands what that can do for him post-career. Now, as far as the contract getting done, it's going to happen. Completely agree with Evan. This is going to be something that they take right up until the 11th hour before the start of the regular season, and then he's going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the National Football League. But as a player that's going through it, everything that he's experienced this offseason, everything that he's experienced in training camp, including the Dallas Cowboys making the decision to pay a 26-year-old Pro Bowl player that also missed several games last year due to various injuries before they paid you, it doesn't feel great. And with Jerry Jones, every single day, saying something new, to needle him, saying something new that's inflammatory, it's got to be frustrating. It's got to be maddening. And for the best player to be experiencing this, as you're trying to put your team together in training camp for the start of the regular season, I can't imagine that it's going to lead to good things for the Dallas Cowboys, especially knowing that it's an uphill climb for them in their own division. because the reigning defending Super Bowl champs in the Philadelphia Eagles reside there. It just makes no sense to me.
And the NFC runner-up, the Washington Commanders, too, reside there. But I'm glad you brought up the Jake Ferguson tight end contract on Wisconsin, Barry Alvarez's grandson. No big deal. I'm glad you brought that up.
Really good player, by the way. Really good player.
You know why that got done early-ish? Because nobody was talking about it. There's no headlines. You don't need to. No. It's like, oh,
we're not leading the show with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, hey, we don't need to delay that because nobody will be talking about it if we do delay that.
No, the reason why we're talking about it is because they paid him before they paid Micah Parsons.
Yeah, because one gets headlines and one doesn't. It's the most
and they
ridiculous
paid him
reasoning.
after his third year.
Yeah.
When he was first extension eligible.
Like a smart team would.
Which is what Micah Parsons wanted the entire time.
Right.
Pay me after my third year. He said they went to him last year trying to get a deal done last offseason, and they still didn't do it. And on top of that, Jerry Jones can't help himself by continuing to talk about it and continuing to say things that have to be annoying to Micah and his camp.
But to the Jake Ferguson point, because I think it's a great thing that you just brought up, if Jake Ferguson had a level of fame like Travis Kelce, just for argument's sake, who was great, by the way, in Happy Gilmore 2.
You watched it?
Yeah, I thought he was great in it, actually.
I still haven't seen it. I need
But if he was that famous...
Hold on.
What?
You watched Happy Gilmore 2?
Yeah, why?
I thought we were waiting as a show.
No. That was...
No. I thought we were waiting as a show. Yeah, I thought we were waiting as a show to watch Happy Gilmore 2 at the ECHC2. You talked about getting the inflatable screen and the outdoor projector.
And then I was
told, why did it go away? You didn't tell me it went away. What are you doing?
Yeah, I waited too because I thought that was something we were going to do.
Yeah, I sat there and watched the first Happy Gilmore with my wife this weekend as a primer just to get ready to watch it at your place.
You watched the first one?
Yes. I watched the first one this weekend just to get ready to watch number 2 at the ECHD2. How could you do that? That is so selfish. That is so selfish.
Because I watched it.
But you didn't say anything to anybody. You
didn't tell us.
You didn't tell us.
I said...
He teased it, Smalls. He said, don't talk about it on air.
That's right.
But we're going to do it.
No, but I was told we were going to maybe get a screening, and we didn't.
We're going to do it.
That's right.
Don't talk about it on air, but it's going to happen.
You should say all this.
And everything was quiet, and I thought this was going to be a part of the big reveal as the bigger, better for number 2 as opposed to the inaugural. And you just...
We can still do it.
Well, but you just...
You've already
watched
seen
it.
Did anybody else back there watch it?
Nuno did.
I did as well.
Javante watched it.
The whole crew watched it, but you guys.
I didn't watch it.
You just said you watched it, Pat.
No, I didn't watch it.
That was me.
Oh, Cameron said that. Cameron, who we've never actually introduced on the show, and he constantly talks. So we're going to have to figure this out with Cameron,
I don't know how we're going to do the next 3.5 hours. I don't know how it's going to
I'm amazed that you watched the first. Had you never watched the first one?
At you. No, I watched the first one.
Of course, you dressed up as Happy Gilmore on
I wouldn't be so excited about the second one if I didn't see the first one.
Do you not remember
I'm so disgusted
our
at you.
Halloween costume? Of course he's seen it. He was Chubbs. I was the Gator.
All right.
Yeah, I think I don't want to spoil it.
You watched it too.
Yeah, I watched it because Javante said he watched it, enjoyed it, but so I ended up watching it. I'll save my thoughts for it. Would say probably should.
What did you expect it to be? An Oscar award-winning movie?
No, but I would just say
you watch it for the sake of it being like stupid funny. That's how you watch Happy Gilmore 2.
Great. The cameos were great.
Amazing.
They were unbelievable.
Does it take away from the film though? Because I feel like
the film. What do you think this is? Casablanca?
You probably shouldn't have watched. You should have probably watched 1 before you watched 2 again. Like you shouldn't have gone back and watched the original Happy Gilmore to set yourself up for this one.
All right, listen. I
But is it a good sequel?
I will own this. I understand the confusion. There was something that I hoped was going to happen that didn't end up happening. That I probably should have told you. Hey, this
you
is
could have clued us in on it.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Okay,
that's all it
I
took.
apologize. Now,
Bad communication.
You're
You're like the Jerry Jones of sports radio.
Well, just for the show.
Bad
for the
communicator.
Show. For the show. I am 100% open to watching it again. I'm cool with that.
No, it takes away a little bit of the magic.
Now, I don't have the inflatable or anything like that or a projection screen, so I'll have to buy that.
So how are we going to watch it?
Well, I would have had it arranged if that was the plan, which obviously I never communicated that it wasn't the plan. Okay, well, the rank...
love this golf stuff, huh?
That Rankum series is coming up next after CC has this from Vivid Seats.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer because we damn sure know Evan Cohen's house ain't. With a game-changer rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
We are on September 2nd moving to ESPN Radio, which is also my roots, I'm proud to say.
The return of Rich Eisen.
To be able to go back to where my career started was something that I never thought possible.
September 2nd, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Cap and J Hood.
It's so good to have you guys a part of my life. And when I tune in every day, even though I don't call in as much as I should, I keep it locked in all the time, off here in the snow.
I appreciate you, Curtis. Thank you so much for listening.
This radio station is by far the best radio station.
Get Cap and J Hood podcasts on demand in the ESPN Chicago app or listen weekdays 7 to 10 on ESPN 1000 and 100.3 HD2.
A